And we are talking about, this is a quick hit video. Here's how this works. The quick hit works like this. It's going to be short. It's going to be a little bit quick here, but we're going to hit on a major topic, a major story that is breaking right now. Of course, that is Ohio State at this point and the COVID-19 situation with them. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And here's what we know right now. Ohio State, in a press conference today, did announce that number, that threshold of 7.5%. Once you keep that number in mind, and people say, why 7.5%? Now, Ohio State said there's 104 guys in their program. For them to cross that 7.5% threshold, that is 15 guys in their program. 15 guys in their program. Not counting the coach, not counting anyone else, 15 guys in the program has COVID-19. That's not a good number. And they said this number been crossing on and off. So that means it's been a situation that's been boiling for about a few weeks now, that now just crossed over to 7.5% positivity. I would like to talk about the Buckeyes issues, the Buckeyes situations, and what's going on with that. But let's break down that part. I hear a lot of people saying, even on TV earlier today, saying, well, these kids gave up a lot to try to play here at Ohio State. So did every other 100 and so did the other 120 programs. Yeah, Ohio State's not special in kids giving up everything to try to play. Ohio State isn't special in trying to avoid this virus. They're not special in any way. Yes, they play a lot of great sports. Yes, they play a lot of great programs, but they're not special in this case. And the reason that I'm looking at this is from the Ohio State situation of this. What's going on with them? How can this happen? Why is this happening? Well, of course, here in Franklin County, we're under a level 4. In Ohio, there's level 1, which is not too bad. Level 2, which is okay. Yellow, we're a little orange, okay, concerned. 3 is red, 4 is purple. A couple weeks ago, Franklin County passed into the purple. That means there's severe, widespread spread of the COVID-19 virus. We're hearing reports that hospitals in Franklin County and other parts of Ohio are starting to get strained. And before people start saying, oh, it's the flu. No. Flu is actually low this year. Yeah, flu is actually low this year. This is all COVID, baby. COVID is pouring it on in a monster way. And to me, this is just the weirdest situation around. Of course, last week, of course, a couple weeks ago, we had the Maryland situation. So the reason I'm looking at the Maryland and Wisconsin situation is to give us an idea of what's to come. And for you Buckeye fans, and for us Buckeye fans, it's not good. It is not a good situation. We're talking at least 2 weeks at the minimum. Ohio State is talking okay. We know the Illinois game is out. Could this Michigan State game be out as well? Yes. Strongly, I'm feeling that way, that it could be out of the question. Now, the big question is Michigan. Ohio State needs to aim everything they need right now to make sure they're on the field for Michigan. Here's why. Is it worth it to play this year? Ohio State's going to have a little bit of reckoning issue. Do you play against Michigan? Do you put your players in this danger? Do you do what you need to do to make sure you're good, make sure your program's good? Because at this point, Big Ten title's out the question. College football playoff position right now, That's kind of out the question. Let's look at this before, and I'll explain why I'm saying that's out the question in a moment as well. But that's out the question as well. A lot of other things are getting out the question, but when you have at least 15 guys in your program, at least over 15, because they crossed the 7.5% threshold, as said in their press conference, just said about an hour ago here. It is looking like Ohio State's going to have to dealing with something they have never dealt with before, that their program kind of wanted to avoid, but they're going to deal with it. And it's going to be something that they're going to deal with heavily here. So my feeling on this is, if you're an Ohio State fan, this is what you need to know. Look at Florida State right now. Florida State has had to cancel 2 games due to their issues, due to Clemson's issues. They had to cancel 2 straight games. You have program looking back a couple weeks ago, Michigan, you had Wisconsin. They had to cancel 2 games. You look back at Maryland. They had to cancel 2 games. This is a 2-game situation at the minimum. Everybody who's with the program, everybody around know this is a 2-game minimum, at least. So that takes us out of the Big Ten title game. What does that also mean for you and me and everyone around here as well? Well, since we're out of the Big Ten title game, what's next? The main thing right now for Ohio State is to keep and maintain the game. And what I mean the game, I mean Ohio State, Michigan, because there is a possibility of that game not being played this year. There is now a realistic shot that this game is not played this year. And that will hurt for Ohio State. That will hurt for Michigan State. That will hurt everybody. That will hurt everybody and everyone. It will be a gut punch to Ohio State fans what happens there. But the goal now is this. Make sure your players are healthy enough to play versus Michigan. This is not about winning the playoffs. This is not about going to the Big Ten title game anymore. This is about beating Michigan, because that's your real opportunity and that's your only real shot going on right now. So we got to be real here. What is the realest shot? What is the realest goal at this point? I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know what's the realest shot. I don't know what is our opportunities there. And if you have any questions, we're willing to answer them here, and we're going to try to answer them. We know with the program, it's going to be a very interesting situation looking at what's going on overall. And the reason I say that the Big Ten's college football playoff hopes are gone for the most part is, let's look at their schedule. The college football playoffs have said the following. We're going to judge on their record. Okay, we're judging on their record. Let's do that. Their record right now is not good. Okay, Ohio State beat Rutgers. Rutgers is not that good. Ohio State has beaten Penn State in a normal year. That'd be a good win. Not this year. Ohio State has beaten, I'm trying to figure the other team that they beat. They really aren't important. Not a good win. It's a win, but not a good one. Their best win right now is Indiana. And Indiana has played very well. We want Indiana to continue to be successful the rest of this season. Because if Indiana's successful, that win looks a lot better on us. That win looks a whole lot better on Ohio State fans, and look a whole lot better on that program, and look a whole lot better for everyone here. So for Ohio State to win on, that win needs to look a whole lot better. But right now, our resume look a little sus right now. Maryland would have been a good punch up, and Illinois would have been at least something there. But Michigan, it really now comes down to Michigan. Michigan needs to it's starting to get a little bit better. They're starting to get better. We don't know how they're doing on their game today, but if they can win today, that game is a game Ohio State needs. They need badly. Ohio State needs that game badly. They need the game badly. You want to see the Wolverines win today. Unfortunately, they're not winning right now. They're losing 14-7 as I record this. Of course, that score could change, but I'm recording this at 1:20 in the afternoon on Saturday, November 28th. They're not doing good right now. So they need Ohio State to win. They need them to handle business. They need Michigan to handle business. Michigan hasn't been able to handle their own business this year. Ohio State's resume this year looks bad. Indiana's look good. Northwestern look good. This is a weird year, and it looks like it's going to fall onto Indiana and Northwestern to handle business this year. Can they win a championship? Can they do what they need to do? Because if they win a championship, that looks good on Ohio State. A lot of things need to happen here. The dirty little fact of this is our history is not in our hands. What happens next is out of Ohio State's hand. Control what you can control is unfortunately not the situation here. This situation is a situation we can't control. We're going to find out what they can control and how they can control it very soon. We're going to be talking about this on our big show sat on Thursday. Hopefully by Thursday, we'll know what's going on with the Michigan State game. But right now, it looks like Michigan State is still on. We're going to find out more on what's going on with that and how that's going to be affected. It's just weird. But as a fan, I get the anger. I get what the frustration is. It's just this stuff right now going around is no joke. Take this seriously, ladies and gentlemen. This is no joke. COVID's no joke. And Ohio State is trying to make sure they can actually play against Michigan. Because as much as you want to talk about Illinois, the Illinois Trophy, and all that stuff, none of that matters to Ohio State. Only one thing matters to Ohio State when you boil down everything else. It's beating Michigan. And if they're able to beat Michigan, everything else doesn't matter. So we're going to talk here, and that's my quick take here. Hopefully, Ohio State gets healthy, they get well, and right now we know that it's at least 15 players inside the Ohio State program that are sick because they have crossed that threshold of 7.5%. If you do the math, they said there's 104 players inside the Ohio State program, 7.5%, 14 is the number. So using a calculator here, and I'm going to type this out here. The number is 4 divided by 7 is about 14 players. So we know it's at least 14 players that are, we know we have at least 14 players that are out right now, and it is not good. 14 players out means this is going to get much worse. We don't know if it's Field, Olave, all your big stars, all your big players, and your coach is going to be out for next week as well. So we're going to be talking about it on a big show. That's Thursday from 4 to 6 right here on the Score on Air, on the Score on Air network. Find it here. I'll have a link below of where you can find the Score on Air network, and we'll have all that available for you there. So on behalf of me, I'll leave out of here. I said I was going to pop on quick. This is a quick bite. This is